You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
It is April 9th, another manic Monday. No, just kidding. It's really not. It's a great Monday. It's a little cooler than it was last week, but you never know. It might be 85 later on in the week. It's a little cloudy. It's not going to rain, so go out and make it a great day. I'm your host, Margie Taylor of Conroe Culture News at Lone Star Community Radio, FM 104.5, 106.1 out of downtown Conroe. So I hope y'all had a fabulous weekend. The second weekend in April, since Easter was last weekend, a week ago. April 1st was Sunday. Okay, so it's the second weekend, whatever. So anyway, my guest today will be LaToya Carter. She's the Executive Director of Family Promise, and she's going to tell us what Family Promise is and how you can get involved with Family Promise. And she is joined by a committee member, Jennifer Stein, with Belial Engineering. And the second half will be Greg Parker. He is in the runoffs for Montgomery County Commissioner in Precinct 2. So he will tell us why he believes he is the right choice. And I'm sure he will tell us about that. So this show is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic, and they are working with prenatal patients, babies, sports injuries, herniated disc, sciatica, and migraines. Healthy living for a happy long life. And they are located on Highway 105 by Taco Bell across from Conroe High School. So what is going on in downtown Conroe? Well, believe it or not, Stage Right is ready for their first performance of The Elephant Man this Friday. It's premiering, and you know you're going to have to get tickets right away. So go to CrichtonTheater.org because everything they have is a sellout, and they end up adding more performances. So if you don't know the story about the Elephant Man, it's a story of John Merrick from the 19th century with his deformities trying to merge into London society. So don't want to miss that. The Conroe Art League has two events this week. So Thursday will be a concert at 6:30 with Moores and McCumber at the Madeley Building on Simonton. That's actually the Conroe Art League. It's right next to the Red Brick Tavern, right there on Simonton and Main Street. Admission is $20 and a potluck item to share. So all art will be available for purchase in the gallery. You can RSVP Steve Kazmierski and let him know at 936-520-6369. The Conroe Art League is also prepping for their annual Spring Judge Show and Sale this coming Saturday. All school-age students can submit 3 entries at no charge. Judging is open to the public to view on Saturday, and this will be at the First Baptist Church in downtown Conroe, of course. So another fun thing that's coming up is Kids Fest, and that is a family fun activity that goes for several blocks in downtown Conroe. It embraces Heritage Park. It's down Metcalf, down Main, down Simonton, and there's little villages where you can go and explore. It's absolutely free for anybody to come and participate. And there's vendors, there's other nonprofits that are involved in this, and I'm not sure if Family Promise has a booth, but maybe they should and maybe they could. Just throwing that out there. So we'll talk to LaToya about this shortly. But it's a great family event, Kids Fest. That's April 28th, Saturday, from 10 to 5 in downtown Conroe. Just come and go to that. And there's also signups for the summer music and drama camps with the city of Conroe. And as they have every Friday night, there is a 60-plus senior dances. And that's at the Candy Cane Activity Center with the city of Conroe. It's only $5. So if you're 60 and over, what a fun thing to do. I think it'd be fun to go watch. Just saying. They have a lot of fun. And I'm not 60 yet, but I'm close. So I can look forward to going to those on Friday nights. So there's Pioneer Camp registration is May 10th. That's a really neat thing that happens. It actually takes place in July, but they actually have people, parents, that are so excited about this Pioneer Camp that the Heritage Museum puts on that they get there really early on the day of registration, May 10th, because they have 2 sessions But the kids go there to learn about butter churning, face painting, sawing logs, corn shelling, and they just do a lot of fun activities throughout the day. So that is coming up May 10th, and we'll talk about that again. A really wonderful event is the North Houston Networking Extravaganza, and this is for anybody that has a business card. It's open to everybody. And this is presented by, not Costco, it will happen at Costco at 242, but Brent Roloff is the organizer for this. And this is April 19th from 5 to 8 p.m. It's absolutely free, and there will be over 300 people there. This is the fourth one. They've done this before, and they're going to have another one in October. But the guest speakers will be Bob Milner, Chad Patterson, Zach Richmond from Richmond Realty, Steve Scott, the Houston business coach, and it will be emceed by Monette Smith. So it's going to be a fabulous event. Again, this is Thursday, April 19th, so that's in another week from 5 to 8 p.m. You don't have to register. You don't have to do anything. Just put that in your calendar to come there to the North Houston Networking Extravaganza, because you will make new relationships with people. And isn't that what it's all about? It is. Okay, so what else do we have going on? Let me see. So Friday night, there's always entertainment in downtown Conroe. So, of course, this is no exception to that. Russell Boyd will be at the Red Brick Tavern. Desdemona will be at the Corner Pub. Matt and the Herdman will be at Pacific Yard House, and that is the premiere at 8 p.m. at the Crichton Theater of Elephant Man. On Saturday, Shawn Michael will be at the Red Brick Tavern. Giovanni and the Hired Guns will be at Pacific Yard House. Slim Bob and the Fabulous Stump Grinders will be at the Corner Pub. And then Elephant Man will again be at the Crichton Theater at 8 p.m. So performances both Friday and Saturday by Stage Right of Texas. And you know, those are all volunteers that put in all this time to do this, and they do a wonderful job. Sunday, of course, is the Gospel Sunday Brunch at the Red Brick Tavern starting at 10:30 in the morning, and the matinee performance of Elephant Man. So lots to do. There's always things to do. Come downtown, shop, eat, enjoy life. So I am Margie Taylor. We're going to take a quick break and be back with my first guests, LaToya Carter and Jennifer Stein, talking about Family Promise.
Are you suffering from lower back pain, migraines or headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica or joint pain? Are sports injuries, herniated discs, or complications from pregnancy diminishing your quality of life? Then visit Roger Stein Chiropractic at 3303 West Davis Street in Conroe. Their staff, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers, Dr. Brian McGee, and Dr. Martha Manzanares, are experts in providing safe, effective, and affordable approaches in spinal care designed to stop your pain. With unparalleled service and proven treatments, Roger Stein Chiropractic is your choice for pain relief. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment, or visit RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com. Roger Stein Chiropractic is a proud sponsor of Conroe Culture News.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyperlocal audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out ourlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776 with your questions. Get seen on TV, YouTube, and heard on our podcast, FM, and internet radio. Support your local radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
For those of you who like your partners, your gumbo, and your music salty, well, we're here to help with the music. Julian Shea here, host of Lone Star Country Nights Thursday, your weekly dose of roots and Americana and all the music that makes this part of the country special. We stir in Western swing, honky-tonk, Zydeco, Texas blues, outlaw country, and put a pinch of red dirt, and then we smoke it over a slow fire. Then listen to the results Thursday nights on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 and worldwide at irlonestar.com.
We are back on Conroe Culture News from Lone Star Community Radio in downtown Conroe, right next to Conroe Coffee and the Branding Iron. And Branding Iron, I don't know if you know, but you can get so many different souvenirs, authentic Lake Conroe, Conroe High School, just Conroe merchandise. Or you can go in there and have something tailored to you. Just throwing that out there. So we are here today with my guest, LaToya Carter, Executive Director of Family Promise, and Jennifer Stein, who is helping them with their big fundraiser that is coming up next week, April 17th. It's going to be at the Woodlands Methodist Church, and I'm sure she will tell us a little bit about that. So welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Okay, it's a great day, isn't it?
It is. It's a whole lot better than Saturday.
Okay. Oh, you're talking weather-wise. Yes. I don't know. I kind of like Saturdays hanging out.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely. But the weather, yes, it's a beautiful day.
Wouldn't you rather have a Monday than a Saturday? Okay. Don't know about that. But anyway, so Family Promise.
Yes.
Why is it called Family Promise? And tell me about Family Promise. This is not the only one ever, right?
Right. No. So, honestly, Family Promise is the best kept secret here in Conroe. And I'm just going to go ahead and say that. We're one affiliate of a national organization, so there's over 200 affiliates across the country. Ours is Family Promise of Montgomery County, and so we've been serving the community since 2001. We've served over 350 families, and basically it's a double definition as to what Family Promise stands for. One, we're making a promise to our families that we're going to be that support foundation that you need. You know, when families are going through such a tragic crisis, you know, there's a lot of different challenges that they're faced with. And so some of the issues are simple financial or housing, food, transportation. And so without those things, families have a hard time coming out of homelessness. And so we are going to be that backbone for the family. As long as they're willing to put forth the effort to get back on their feet, then we make that promise to them that we will be here to support you. And even further, because we have an education program. So we have some families that we've served, you know, for several years. You know, they've moved out, they're doing good, they're sustainable, they're on their own, and then we help them with education. And so we want to make sure that they get a higher education because with that comes more opportunities. At the same time, you know, it's Family Promise because the family is making a promise to themselves that, you know, we're going to be committed to getting ourselves back on our feet. And so with that promise, there's a lot of different goals that they have to meet. And there's a lot of work that is involved with it, so that's why we're called
It's hope. It's hope for the families.
Yes.
So does it encompass all of Montgomery County or just Conroe? Tell me about that. What are the demographics?
Well, just because we're Family Promise in Montgomery County doesn't mean that, you know, there's restrictions to that. So we've had families that have come to us from Houston. We've had families that have come to us from other states. And even still, though we're a homeless shelter for families with children, we also have a resource program. So we've had people who've called us outside of the U.S. Well, they're in the U.S., but, you know, like from Puerto Rico. And
Really?
Yes. And that was before Harvey. I mean, before the hurricanes and everything.
Yeah.
And so people from all over call us looking for resources and things. And so if we can't fill that need, we have a person that will outsource case management and make sure that need is filled and even follow up and see what other needs they may have.
So again, the emphasis is this is families, meaning it could be a mom and a dad, but they have to have kids, or it could be just a mom or just a dad, but right?
Right.
But they have to have kids with them.
Yeah. So it's we serve homeless families with children, so they all have to have children. And as you said, it could be single adults or couples. They have to be able to work full time. You know, they have to be willing to save. They have to be willing to be good parents and just put forth the effort to get back on their feet.
How many families do you host at a time?
So we serve 4 families at a time, a maximum of 16 individuals, and we also have a van. So if a family doesn't have transportation, then we can transport them on our van. We have a donated vehicle program, so as a family comes in, they have a clear driving record and license, and we'll loan them our car until they complete our program, and then we'll actually donate that car to them. But it's 4 families at a time on a 90-day rotating period. So, you know, we have one opening right now, and so I know the staff is going through applications, and they're setting up interviews to find the family that, you know, will fit our program.
So you also get referrals from other nonprofit organizations within the area, or maybe even Huntsville or other areas close by
Right.
all the time, I'm sure. But since you're restricted to only have 4, it makes it challenging, but yet you can really work with those families because it's smaller.
Right.
So it's a more intimate goal setting and
Yes.
things that they do. So how does that work? You work with churches,
Right. Yes.
okay? So tell me about that.
So churches are the housing component for our shelter program, and so they provide the overnight lodging. The congregation comes together as volunteers. They provide the meals, the transportation for the families to and from our day center, which is here in 2 blocks from downtown Conroe. And so a healthy network consists of about 11 churches, and 17 churches. And right now we have 11, which is a huge problem for us. When we don't have a church available, we actually have to pay for our families to stay in a hotel. The cost of that is $562 per week per family. And so this year we're looking at 18 weeks that we'll have hotels stays, and that's approximately anywhere between $36,000 and $40,000 that we're going to have to pay for that. And so along with that, we also have to pay for our families to eat out during those hotel weeks. And so we're always looking for individuals or families or neighbors or friends that just want to get together and provide a meal to the families at the hotel. It's a great way to offer fellowship and networking. One of the things that we really don't like about placing the families in the hotel is it kind of puts them back in isolation. And so, when a family is going through this type of crisis, they need to be surrounded by people who love
Community.
them and community, yes. And so when they're at the hotel and they're in their own rooms, they're still back in that crisis of isolation.
They're not with others.
Right.
Others that can make a difference in their life. So the big thing is you need more churches. And there's so
Right.
many faith groups,
There
even
are.
just, let's say,
Yes.
in Conroe or Montgomery or
Right.
the Woodlands.
Right.
That really, and you don't really care what their,
Denominations doesn't matter.
it
no.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So people need to step up. So what's involved in being a host church, is they will commit to so many weeks out of the year
Yes.
to have the families. And they come on Sunday afternoon and they set up the beds. So they need to have separate rooms for the families, correct?
Well, not necessarily, because
don't
we
have
have
to,
some
right.
smaller churches that they don't have that amount of space, and so they may just have one large room, and they use dividers to divide
For
out
privacy,
the space.
yeah.
Yeah, and some of the other churches, they don't have that many rooms, so they may have to bunk up 2 families per room. It's just as long as you have that space.
It's
this
not
room
that
here-
much.
yeah,
I mean,
no.
it's 4 families. What'd you say, like 16 people,
16
something
people.
like that?
Yes.
So they take and they're on a rotation. They do it a week at a time, Sunday through
Sunday morning.
So Sunday to Sunday.
Yes.
And then hopefully they get the church members to commit to preparing a small breakfast
Right.
and dinner. Do they do lunch too?
No, usually there's enough leftovers
Gotta
that the families will take that for lunch.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then they leave during the day, the church, to go do whatever they need to do. Whether
go to
it's
work
school,
or
work,
go look for
hopefully
work.
work. Yes, yes, and then you have a day center where they could come during the day. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Just want to make sure nothing's
Yeah,
changed.
and that's
since
where the
then.
staff is, and we work with them on goals and developing their resume, applying for jobs, applying for resources, finding additional affordable housing. So they're doing something. What I tell them at the day centers all the time: your full-time job is to find a full-time job, and if you get a part-time job, find a second one to supplement for a full-time job. And our families make it happen. In fact, we had a single mom that came through the program not too long ago, and she had a full-time job and then also got a part-time job just to increase her income. You have to do what you need to do to make it happen, to be good parents and take care of your household.
Well, and you also have eligibility requirements.
Correct. Yeah.
So they cannot have committed crimes, anything like that.
Right.
Right. So so the church people, when they're looking to see if they could do this, you want them to be safe as well. So
Right.
they're not eligible to be in the program if they have.
Violent criminal history.
Right.
We do a drug test on site. And then there's, we have our own requirements. You have to be able to work full time. You have to have your kids. And kids are kind of the insurance anyway, because, parents that bring their kids into a program, they're more likely to be, good parents and individuals as stewards of what's being given to them. And so, we do the background check, drug
Good.
test.
Well, we have a silent partner sitting next to you. She
I know,
hasn't
so
said anything. So
so
let's
quiet.
introduce Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer.
Hi, Margie. How are you? LaToya's done such a great job of explaining
I
all of
know.
it that
You're
I was
just
just
like,
able to nod my head yes
Nod
the
your
whole
head.
time.
Okay, but you're really here. So
I'm really here.
Tell us about your involvement with Family Promise.
Sure. I have lived in Montgomery County almost my entire life. Got here when I was 2, so I figured that's my whole life. And I never heard about Family Promise, and I just learned about it in January, which just
Bam.
I know. It amazed me that I've been here and just have never heard about this. I got involved. Like you said, our luncheon is coming up next week, and I was asked to get on the committee to help put together the luncheon. And this year we've made some changes I'm very excited about. We actually have a raffle that we're doing to try and help bring in funds, which has not been done before. People have been very generous. We've got some great donations.
And you have them online, too.
We have them online. They're only $10 a ticket. And our value is over $7,000 worth of things that people have donated. The community has really helped out. We've got a gift card basket. We've gone around to different restaurants and places here in Montgomery County, and they've given us gift cards. We have a Honda Recon. We have a Tupperware, nice cookware sets, like $1,000 value. We have a spa basket with a $100 massage. I think we could all use that after planning the luncheon. And trying to think.
We have a wine basket.
Oh, the wine basket.
It's supposed to be a 10 bottle. Now it's 11 bottle wine basket.
And we have a 20-person private wine tasting at Bernhardt Winery that's inside with the bottles of wine as well. Mm-hmm. So I'm really, really excited about the raffle items we pulled together. We need to sell more tickets. We haven't sold very many.
And they're only $10?
They're only $10.
Get it online.
Oh, okay. You need to push that all over the place,
Yeah.
girl. You need to do that.
We are trying. So that was really how I got involved, just getting involved just with the luncheon. So I've learned a lot since I've been here.
Of course you did. And it's a wonderful organization, isn't it?
It is.
So have you met any of the families yet?
I have met 2 of the pre-family members. So it's been interesting learning and meeting people and hearing about their stories. And what really excites me is also the help that Family Promise does with bettering the education, because, if you can get a better education and you can, move up in your career, that's just setting you up to succeed for the rest of your life.
Absolutely, and no one can ever take that away from you once you get that education or that training, which is very essential. So that is going to be at the Woodlands Methodist Church, and that is next Tuesday. What time is it? I mean, it's lunch.
From 11 to 1 in the Wesley Room. So you want to enter from the east side of the building. But we have our national founder, Karen Olson, will be there to speak. And then one of our graduate families will be there to speak.
Good, I was going to ask you about that.
And then we're also going to be acknowledging some of the Family Promise ambassadors, just individuals that have just gone a step and beyond to support the organization. And so I'm really excited, even as Jennifer pointed out, the raffle is something new, so I'm looking forward to that. And we definitely need more sponsors. So if you're looking for somewhere to invest and give back to the community, Family Promise would definitely be the place to do that.
So you can Google and find it pretty easily.
Right.
But you have a Facebook page, and, of course, you have a website with all this information, which is familypromiseofmc.org. But just Google it. Just Google Family Promise, because you'll see the Facebook page and you'll see the website. And your website has such fabulous information. It's very good.
You.
Easy to connect and see what's going on.
Definitely follow the Facebook page, because every time a family graduates, they post on Facebook the specific items that family is looking for. And so, we're here in Montgomery County, and you're helping people right here. And it could be as simple as cleaning supplies or something like that you could just pick up at the grocery store the next time you're there.
Drop off. Right, because your location is right across from Travis Elementary?
Right, yes.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's easy to find. Mm-hmm. And you're out and about, so people can just say, hey, LaToya, I heard about Family Promise. Talk to me.
Yeah.
So, and you've been involved for how long, LaToya?
Well, I've been working for the organization since 2011, so in August it'll be 7 years. But
wow.
Yeah, but I actually came to the program as a single mom, 3 kids. And so, like you said, I've been in this county for forever. I started school in Montgomery, graduated in Montgomery, I never needed shelter. It's not something that you really plan. And so when that situation came, it was just time for me to figure out what am I going to do to fix my situation. And so Google Shelters, Family Promise came up, and it was completely different than anything I had envisioned. And so it's a warm, cozy house, and there's staff that welcomes you. Did an interview. It turned out to be a really good fit. So Family Promise helped me finish up my associate's degree. I started working at Office Depot, made a lot of friends from it at Office Depot. And once I really got on my feet, they hired me as the case manager. And so I did that for 3 years. And then in 2015, the board elected me as the director to run the organization. And then at the end of this past year, Family Promise helped me obtain my bachelor's degree. And so it's an incredible organization that I can personally say has changed my life.
And you're married, and you've had another baby.
Yes. So at the time, my husband and I were boyfriend and girlfriend, and so we made amends, and we got married, and we had another one.
There you go. Happily ever after.
Yeah, well.
Well, that's life.
That's life, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but it's really good. It's something that I care a lot about. I have a lot of passion for. It means a lot to me. The volunteers mean a lot to me. Seeing the family succeed means a lot to me, simply because I've been where they are and I can see what their future holds as long as they stay committed to it. And it's a really good organization that I wish more people would know about. One, because you never know when you're going to come in contact with someone that's in need.
Absolutely.
And then also just because it's such a life-changing organization, from the parents to the children to the family around the family. And so it's a great organization just really get involved with.
What is your biggest need besides getting more churches involved? But what is something tangible that the community can supply you with right now?
The community can supply us with themselves. I've heard it, Chad Patterson said it well, your time, your talents are your treasures. And simply because nonprofits around here, we need all of that. And we're a small organization. So, like Jennifer said, she signed on to be on the committee, and she just brought that skill with her. And so we're always looking for individuals for our leadership team, which is our board, and then also the committees that they form, just as much as we are always looking for volunteers at our day center as receptionists. We're always looking for volunteers to just prepare a meal. How fun is that? Get with your kids, prepare a meal, and then take it up there. They can volunteer to play games with other kids, and you can network with that family. So we're just always looking for individuals themselves. If maybe you're an expert or something, or you're an expert at Facebook, I could definitely use someone to just manage the Facebook page. Do you know how to run Constant Contact? Do you know WordPress, GoDaddy, whatever? We need all hands on deck all the time.
Okay, we have an amazing organization.
Well, thank you.
And I am looking forward to spreading the word about Family Promise. So we appreciate you both coming on, Jennifer and LaToya. And we're going to take a quick break. This show is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic. I am Margie Taylor, your host for Conroe Culture, and we'll be right back with our next guest.
Are you suffering from lower back pain, migraines or headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, or joint pain? Are sports injuries, herniated discs, or complications from pregnancy diminishing your quality of life? Then visit Roger Stein Chiropractic at 3303 West Davis Street in Conroe. Their staff, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers, Dr. Brian McGee, and Dr. Martha Manzanares, are experts in providing safe, effective, and affordable approaches in spinal care designed to stop your pain. With unparalleled service and proven treatments, Roger Stein Chiropractic is your choice for pain relief. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment, or visit RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com. Roger Stein Chiropractic is a proud sponsor of Conroe Culture News.
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app for your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That is Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
This is Rick, TRC. Every Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, I play today's country hits on my show, Afternoons with Lone Star. The type of music that makes you want to get off your seat, stomp your feet, sing along at the top of your lungs, and not care who hears, on Lone Star Community Radio, Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1, and as always on worldwide, irlonestar.com.
Hello, we are back. I'm your host, Margie Taylor, and this show is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic, where you need to go with all your ailments, and anybody, whether it's to get a physical exam for school, for sports, or prenatal, or babies, herniated disc, sciatica? Sciatica. Okay, sorry. Or any other issues. Healthy living for a happy, long life. So we are ready to roll into my next guest, who is he is no stranger to this radio station, or downtown Conroe for that matter. But Greg Parker is in the runoffs that will happen May 22nd for Commissioner in Precinct 2. So take it away, Greg.
Well, how are you today, Margie?
I'm fine.
Oh, fantastic.
It's good.
And you're right, I am in a runoff. May 22nd, early voting from May 14th through May 18th of this year. And we're looking forward to victory on that. I know it's kind of quite a bit. It's actually been a long journey. Wow.
When did you start?
Wow. I would say probably around maybe August or September of last year.
I think that's when I met you.
Yeah, I think it started around then. And
you were quiet.
Yeah.
You almost seem shy, but not.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's been a long journey, but it's been fun. We've got to meet a lot of people in Precinct 2, got to see a lot of the things that are happening, as well as some the constituents and the needs that are really needed around the precinct. So it's been a journey, but it's also been very rewarding.
So you have some experience as a commissioner in Comal County.
Yes.
You've had 2 terms.
That's correct.
And you've moved out here 5 years ago?
About 5 years ago.
About
Yes,
5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You were also appointed by Governor Rick Perry.
That's correct.
To do emergency communications.
Right. The Texas Emergency Communications Commission, they handled 911 and things to that effect around the state.
Why did he appoint you to that?
I don't know. Well, on the appointment application, you get to choose which one of the things interest you, and emergency communications and emergency management interest me. So I put that down, and next thing you know, I get the call, and I thought, wow, okay, I will serve the state of Texas by all means.
And you were also a city manager?
That's correct, the city manager in Oklahoma.
In Oklahoma?
Oklahoma.
Okay, so you're very diverse.
Yes.
So with those experiences, and of course having been a commissioner before, you know what the job, this isn't like something you really don't know what's the responsibilities will be. You know what the responsibilities will be.
That's correct. I can hit the ground running. You won't, some people in Precinct 2 have asked, okay, well, if we elect you, what are we going to lose? Or is there any ramp up time or something? No, I can come in and hit the ground running straight from the bat. As a matter of fact, there's several things not only I want to change with Commissioner's Court or see changed. I think it's important that we do have someone who has that experience, and we're not losing any ground by change, and that's, I think, is important, because a lot of people fear change because they fear that we'll lose what we have, or we'll lose any type of mechanism for it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
mic
losing
was
my
slipping
mic.
down.
It's like slipping down to the table here. So what are some of those changes? What do you expect to happen when you get
Okay, that's very valid. First thing I want is to change the fact that the Precinct 2 commissioner is not performing their constitutional or statutory authority over the departments within the county. That was given up to the county judge, and I think we need to take that back. That's the first step. once we do that, then I think you'll have a lot better oversight over the departments, and those department heads won't feel as though they have to do what the county judge says only. They actually there'll actually be
a voice of all
a
the
voice
commissioners.
for all the commissioners, and actually reporting to all of us, and that way, of course, you'll have to have 3 to make anything
Right,
work.
so it
but-
won't be just Greg Parker deciding that's
Exactly.
going to happen. It will be
Exactly.
whoever else is sitting there
Exactly.
with you. So,
Yes.
you know, Mike Metter, who's ever elected in precinct 4, Mr. Nowak, and then the county
The
judge.
county judge, yes, we all have to work together at that point, and we all give the reviews. We all have to, it's interesting to see once you see when a department head reports to just the county judge, they just make the county judge happy, and then the other commissioners can't get any information. The packets have reports or anything to that effect that are put out at the last minute, and next thing you know, the commissioners haven't read it because they can't get the information in time. Or when the department heads report to all the full commissioners court, they have to make us all happy, and that's important.
Well, it
Checks and
enlightens
balances.
it helps
Checks
the
and balances.
communication.
Yes, it does.
So when you're sitting there and you are managing the county, it's important to know everything that's going on from
Yes.
all the departments.
It is quite.
Okay, what other changes and what are some of your goals that
Okay.
you would hope to achieve?
Well, I know, and I guess I'll get a little specific. One of the major goals I want is to really address flood mitigation and really get involved in making sure that not only the individuals in Superior Road get that new bridge or really can get in and out of their subdivision and their houses when it rains. I think that's important because I don't want to leave anyone out in that effect, because that's very damaging to a family when you leave to go to the store and it's raining, you come back and you can't get to your house. That needs to stop. And
That's scary.
It's scary, and it's been that way for years. No one has addressed it. It needs to be addressed.
So we had a little rain a couple of weeks ago,
Yes.
and there was also more flooding or potential flooding
That's correct.
out in Wood Forest. And you also have River Plantation is in precinct 2.
That's correct.
So some of the areas that did sustain some flooding in Montgomery County are in precinct 2.
And that is correct. And we need to address those issues. It's really important we do. Well, River Plantation has been flooded several times. Okay, well, we need to look at avenues to either correct the problem, or we need to really perform some floodplain administration. And when you rebuild your house, you need to rebuild it above that base flood elevation. So next time, when it rains, we know. But also, we need to update the data for the floodplain maps and things to that effect. That needs to be done. So that way, we now have the correct data. From my understanding, has been done since 1969. It needs to be updated. So we've got current data that we're basing these base flood elevations on, and guess what? Now they can build their houses above that. Or let's even look at encouraging development from the standpoint of multifamily use. You've got some apartments that can be built above those parking garages. That could be down there. Why not even encouraging that? That way you can get more people in, and you get some multifamilies in, and you don't have the destruction level, because that bottom level is all a concrete parking garage. That's
an interesting
that's
idea.
some good thoughts that we should at least look at.
So I have a couple of questions pertaining to the flooding. First one is, were you out in River Plantation after Harvey?
I was, yes. I was out mucking out houses.
You were actually getting dirty.
Well, yes, I was there. You know what? And you know how I know? Because me and you saw each other down there.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, we both were out there.
So, I mean, you're not just talking the talk.
I'm not talking to talk. I actually did it. I just didn't do it for photo ops. I actually went down there.
You
and
went
helped
out
them.
there
Yes.
and didn't bring your camera.
Didn't
or
bring my
whatever.
camera. Nope. Just went out there and did
Did you
it.
serve any food or?
No,
but I mean, you went
Yeah.
out there and helped. So
I
what
did.
I'm asking is, so you have seen the reality and the destruction of the flooding.
I have.
So the other question I have is, then would you be working with SJRA as far as flooding?
That's a very interesting question. I do believe there's more coordination that needs to be done, whether it be we go through the legislative channels to change some things in SJRA, or that we work with their board to find solutions to these problems at the county level, and working with them in coordination, especially when it comes to emergency management. While the county judge is by law, technically the emergency manager for the county. I understand that avenue, and I think it's important that the Precinct 2 commissioner and all the commissioners have a good handle on that and can disseminate information quickly to our citizens in those subdivisions, and we can get that information out. So we need to have that communication with SJRA to make sure we are up to date as to what's going on as well. You know, I found it interesting. Our house, where we live, me and my wife, the floodwaters got up to our back fence. Now, from our understanding, we didn't build or buy in a floodplain. So now we're wondering, okay, what's up? Now we end up buying flood insurance, and
Why not?
yeah,
It's
and we're kind
cheap.
of wondering, okay, what's going on? You know,
Right.
that lets me know the floodplain maps need to be updated, or we need to find out and have communication with SJR. Was the floodwaters, you know, what was the flood flow and things? You know, we really need to have some communication so that commissioners can push that to our constituents so that they know. And it's important to have that communication with them.
Well, what do you think about Senator Creighton's involvement with SJRA?
Senator Creighton's been fantastic, and if he can lead the charge on change, I think it's important to back him up on whatever change that he wants to move forward with.
Okay. Another thought, I know you've spoken about this before, is even having leaders, appointed leaders that have been recognized in different communities. So you have one person to give out the information in that community, let's say Wood Forest or something like
yes,
that,
yes.
or River Plantation, so that you work directly with whoever it is, somebody with HOA or something, to deliver information. So if there's an issue or something, you can get them information, communicate that right away.
That is correct. I'm looking at setting up what I call a citizens core for the subdivisions within Precinct 2, to set up a designated person
Right.
within those
Leader.
subdivisions, as leader within those subdivisions, that we can communicate with, and they can disseminate the information, as well as they can push information to us. Because, you know,
Right.
one person cannot know everything, but they can push that information to my office or the commissioner's office and say, okay, we've got these issues and these problems. Then we can address
Is
those
that being
issues.
done anywhere in Montgomery County? I mean, do they have that system? You're not sure?
They have.
Do we have that
something.
system right now,
I don't-
let's say in Precinct 2?
I would venture to say the information in Precinct 2 is not being disseminated within not only not a timely manner,
needs to be
but
more
it
efficient.
needs to be more efficient. I've only, matter of fact, I don't think I've even seen a newsletter from Precinct 2.
Well, that could be something you could do.
That is something that I plan to do, a newsletter. I'm not sure if they're communicating with each of the subdivisions, because I know in our subdivision, when we were going through the flood issues, I was the point person, and there was another person that were the point persons within our subdivision. We were getting no information from Precinct 2, Commissioner's Office, none. We had to go and find it ourselves, and we posted it on our community Facebook page and said, this is what we found. Okay, here's the roads that we found were closed. And surprisingly enough, some of that information, most of that, not to say most of it, but some of that information was coming from Precinct 3 Commissioner. Why am I getting more information from him than I am from my own commissioner?
Okay, so there's things that can be improved
That's
to
correct.
enhance communication
Yes.
to all the people that live
All
in
the people that live in
Precinct 2.
Precinct 2.
And then maybe then they can get involved too.
Yeah, that's
in
right. It will foster
volunteering
involvement
efforts or
and
whatever.
volunteer. Yes.
Okay, so you also have a fundraiser coming up.
I do. We do. Yes. On April 17th,
Tax
Tuesday.
day.
Tax day. Tax day fundraiser. We have a fundraiser coming up. We're going to have a silent auction. We're going to have a fish fry
Yes.
out there. So we're going to have some good fish. We've got some great folks cooking. Yes. Great folks cooking. And we're going to have some great silent auction items. So you can come in. Now, you can donate what you wish when you come. That's the beauty of it. You can come out and donate what you wish, but be involved with it.
It's
and
about
come
bringing
on,
people out there.
bringing people out.
And it's a new location. It's a new event venue.
Yes.
It's called the it's the Lodge
The
at
Lodge.
Mound Creek,
Yes.
which is actually off of Fish Creek Thoroughfare.
Yay!
So we're having a fish fry.
Fish fry off of Fish Creek.
It's all
Thoroughfare.
relevant. Okay, and so that's April 17th, and it's
Yes.
going to be 6 to 8.
Mhm.
So people need to just come. Just come. Don't
come.
worry about the donation. Just come and donate what you can.
What you can, yes. Donate what you can and be a part and eat some great fish. And I think we're having fish and onion rings, French fries, hush puppies, and all that kind of stuff.
All the fixins.
All the fixins. I'm ready.
It's going to be fun. So the venue is out there on some acreage. It's pretty rustic looking, but it's very nice, comfy, cozy type feel, and it can accommodate quite a few people. So everybody in Precinct 2 needs to go, right?
Everybody. Show up, everybody.
Just everybody show up.
Right.
Yes, everybody. So an election is May 22nd. Early voting is May 14th through 18th.
Yes.
And you have a Facebook page, Parker 2018.
That's correct.
And you also have Parker 2018, all for consistency and branding.
Yes, branding. I've
Parker,
been taught that by somebody. Branding is key.
Branding is key. Parker2018.com
Yep.
is your website
That is
for
correct.
all your information, things that are true and things about your experiences.
Exactly.
Let's talk about your
Okay.
endorsements.
Okay.
Who are some of your endorsements?
Well, we have endorsements from MCLEA, which is the Montgomery County Law Enforcement Association. We have endorsements from the Texas Patriots PAC. We have endorsements from the Montgomery County Tea Party. We have endorsements from, you have to.
Toll-free highways?
Yes.
I'm looking at
Highways.
something here. I know, it's a lot to remember.
I'm trying to remember them off the top of my head.
Grassroots America?
Grassroots America, that's a statewide grassroots organization.
Texas Patriots PAC?
Yes, the Texas Patriots PAC, that's local here.
Here, let me share this with you.
That's local here. We have resident advocates of the Woodlands has also endorsed us. These are some very significant organizations and very grassroots organizations that not only are pivotal to the community, but they are very instrumental in the local elections.
You have some local leaders that are advocating for you?
We do. We have some local leaders that are really instrumental. I know Gordy Bunch has come out publicly for me, as well as some of the other Woodlands Township board members. We also have,
Mr. Toth?
yes, Steve is there.
Let me help you out here.
Help me out. Steve's been very instrumental as well. He's a great guy, and we appreciate his help as well. He's going to win his seat and take place back with the Texas legislature, and we're looking forward to that. And I know we'll be working with him to get a lot really past this next legislative session, and a lot of fixings that we really need to help the county out. So I'm looking forward to having him back in the Texas legislature.
What are you most excited about?
You know, for me, I'm most excited about being a part of change here in Montgomery County. And that change, not change just to change, but change to help out the citizens of Montgomery County.
To make life better?
To make life better, not only to cut the taxes, but to fix the flooding. You know, when I talk to the people on Superior Road, it's interesting how they tell me, it seems like we've been forgotten. And to really be a part of this change in Montgomery County, that's what's most exciting to me. And, I could die tomorrow, but knowing that the Lord has said, look,
We'd still have the fundraiser.
For some reason, I believe you would. To be a part of that change, I think is very, very exciting for me, and I'm passionate about that change, and that's what's important, to bring this back to the people. It's interesting to see. It's just interesting to be a part of.
Well, good.
That is.
So it's kind of relevant that you're having a fundraiser on tax day.
Yeah, yes, it is. It's really relevant. It is.
Lower taxes come to the fundraiser on tax day.
On tax day.
Okay, well, we're going to wrap this up here, and I'm your host, Margie Taylor of Conroe Cultural News, and this is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic, and they are working with anybody with any ailments to make their life better, healthy living for a happy, long life. RogerSteinChiropractic.com. Again, you can find out more about Greg Parker and his runoff election race, which is May 22nd, is voting day, by going to Parker 2018 on Facebook or Parker2018.com to find out about his qualifications, endorsements, and experience, and all of that stuff. So that's it for today, and we look forward to next Monday. There will be a podcast out about this show that will be shared on Conroe Culture News and various other places, so look for that, and it'll have all the guests from today. Thank you very much. Have a great Monday.
Thank you for checking out this production of Lone Star Community Radio. Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station. Don't forget to check out this show and many others across the Lone Star Community Radio Network, either live on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, the Lone Star Internet Radio app, or irlonestar.com's live audio stream, and on replay on podcast, Channel 12's Our City TV in Conroe, or Channel 21 KVQT in Houston, and of course their YouTube channel. This production is copyrighted and all rights are reserved by Lone Star Community Radio. Have a question regarding this program or other Lone Star Community Radio shows? Want to sponsor or start your own show? Call the station message line at 936-647-3776 or email the station at lscrstudios@gmail.com.